Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Shawn Jones Show, where we cover everything on Rebel Hill with the South Greene Rebel football team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Shawn Jones. Coach, how's it going today?
Doing fine. Hey, we're not covering everything on Rebel Hill because you got a green shirt on.
That's true.
I got to get you a maroon when you come out here and visit us. So, but I mean, you're dressed nice, but got to get you a maroon shirt when you come out here.
I always like to joke with everybody and wear some of the other teams' different colors, but at least it's not the exact color of green as some other schools that are in the county and city.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's right there in between them. But next time maybe we'll get you a maroon shirt. Get you something.
Hey, I have one maroon shirt. I try not to wear it too much because then it becomes overkill and it looks like I've just got one pair of shirt to wear each week. But
that's funny.
I do have one pair, but I need to get another one. I need to get a few others. Maybe have some
just
different
colors at
designs
each
on
school.
them.
You kind of wear different colors. Well, white will go. You can wear white. I'll go all.
Maybe I need to get a maroon pair of shorts.
Yeah, there you go. That'd work.
Maybe I need to get the pair of pants like you wear on Friday night.
There you go. That's right. We'll get you some of those.
And you wore it on Friday night also. Picked up a big win over Happy Valley. One that was really going to change the landscape of the conference one way or another. And the Rebels came out on top. You called this Rebel Hill. I saw that they call that place The Hill. You walked off The Hill with a 21-6 win over Happy Valley. How big of a victory was that for your team?
Oh, it was huge. Going in, nobody, I don't think, really expected us to win that game. Happy Valley, and they had a reason. Happy Valley won like 11 straight regular season games. Been playing well since last year, but we just got in our mind that everybody was against us. We was going to go up there, and we put quarters together this year, halves together, but we finally put a whole game together, and it felt good, But we got to make sure we keep going and stay focused because we're on a just a death battle right here at the end. We got 4 straight conference games that are big for us, and they're going to be tough every daggone single one of them. Happy Valley's now got the hardest part of their conference schedule over. But we're getting ready to hit it right here with these next 4 games or 3 games starting with Happy Valley. But it was just a huge win, Again, by winning each game, that keeps it's in our hands what we do. Our destiny is in our own hands. So if we win out, we get that home field advantage, and that's what we're looking for.
I want to talk about that a little bit more once we get to the Eagleton side of things on the preview, because there's a lot of things that could still shape the conference going forward also, because there's still a lot of games left to play and there's still a lot of important games left to play. But I want to talk about the Happy Valley game a little bit more. It was another type of game where you overcame some adversity. It was that way the week before against Seymour. It was that way again this week also, where you have Nash Raider go down in the first half. You turn the ball over twice in the first half, also have a turnover on downs, and then first possession of the second half, you turn the ball over again. So that's 3. Technically, you could go 4 turnovers there that you had within the first 5 or 6 possessions of the game, and then you lose your star running back. But you still fought through it. Had a great performance from Trip Neese in that one too. How were you able to overcome that adversity that you faced again this week?
Well, in the first half, we go into halftime and we didn't get too upset because we felt like we moved the ball, just self-inflicted wounds again. We had the turnovers, and so we felt like we were okay. Defensively, we were fine. We were fine all night. That first drive, I think we gave up 2 big plays and then stopped them inside the red zone, and they didn't get down that way anymore the rest of the night. So defense, we knew at halftime we were fine. We're just trying to figure out a way, not to have the turnovers. But like I said, we had that turnover right after halftime. Got the big stop before that on 4th down and 1, turned it over. Then we got the ball back. I think we scored the rest of the night. We felt like it should have been a 35-0 game. Should have scored 2 in the first half and those 3 in the second half. But that's just the way it goes when you play Happy Valley. They got a great ball club. But the thing about it is that we're super proud of. We were physical on both sides of the ball. And that's what we're known for around here. It's been a while since we feel like we've been that physical on both sides of the ball, and that's what we got to carry on for the rest of the year. We just got to go out and play physical football, and on these other teams. So it started Friday night, and hope we can continue that the rest of the year.
And Trip Neese also, he stepped in a big moment. We had seen that he done that last year too in a game late into the season, but he did it again this year, stepped up when he was needed the most, and man, he performed well. He had a hat trick with 3 touchdowns. Looked like he couldn't be stopped on some of those plays too. Big night from Trip once again.
Oh yeah, Trip's a great athlete, and we knew that last year, as a freshman. And this year we've got him in the backfield back there with Nash, but he's been a blocker, and we'll give him some carries, but he stepped up big the night. And actually, Zeke Rader, Nash's brother, stepped up because we had to move Zeke to fullback. He done a great job, had a big carry there at the end of the game on a first down. So everybody just stepped up, and that's what we got to do, When you get injuries like that, looks like Nash is going to be okay, ready to go this week. So he got a hip pointer. When you get those, you can't walk for probably 24 hours.
Yeah.
And he's worked on it this week, and we feel like he'll be ready to go Friday night.
And then another big catch. We talked about Trey Gentry's catch last week to save the game against Seymour. We talked about it right after the game. It didn't necessarily save the game against Happy Valley, but it set you up for that final touchdown that ended up becoming key because you didn't think that they'd return the on-swing kickoff to the 1 yard line and then score after that. So it's a big moment because you don't know how things could go if that catch wasn't made along the sideline, but great job by him to high point that ball and come down with it and then set Tripp up for his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Oh, yeah, that was huge. That got us up 21-0, and like I say, we had mental lapse there on the kickoff, but again, they tried to onside kick it. We got the ball and ran out the clock. So it was big all the way around. Everybody played well. Like I say, defense played well. Lisby and Zeke played well at linebackers all night. Lisby had a big hit there in the 4th quarter on the quarterback. That just kind of hit you see early in the game. But we were going all night long, and that's what you got to do. You got to keep playing and playing hard, and that goes a long way. When you have mistakes and you're not doing well in the first half and making a few mistakes, you play hard, you play physical, and that'll make up for it.
And I wanted to credit that defense also because they allowed 6 points, but they really didn't allow much at all because that D-line played terrific the whole entire night. They knew what their job was. You were going up against a tough Happy Valley O-line. They really controlled the line of scrimmage most of the way. And then Lucas Couch, when they were forced to pass it, we had talked last week how you didn't expect them to pass it much. And when they did, Lucas Couch stepped in front, got an interception too. Brennan Listenby had a few big tackles for losses in the backfield. So credit to that defense once again, even though there were 6 points that went on the board. Special teams was the play that they ended up getting it to the 1 yard line.
Right. So
then it's easier to get 1 yard.
Yeah, we don't give that to defense. And even up front, Jovan Pendleton was in the backfield all night. Their coaches at the JV game Monday night was talking about him, that they couldn't block him. And we feel like that's the case. That there's nights and teams that Jovan is pretty daggone good and when he wants to be. And he was unblockable tonight, and that was huge for us. So all-around great game. Just like I said, we just got to keep it going for this week.
Moving forward into another big game this week. I don't know which game's bigger. I don't know which games will be bigger from here on out because
it's
they're
every
all
game
huge.
for us. It's every one of us. We told the boys this week we're in playoff mode. Every week we're in playoff mode to the rest of the year because you got to have that mentality so you don't want to slip up. The fear is, you had that big win Friday night. We have a letdown this week against Eagleton. Last year we had the letdown after the loss against Happy Valley against Eagleton. Come up there, with the skin of our teeth on a 2-point conversion stop to beat them. So we're hoping this year we keep it going and don't have that letdown.
And we'll talk about the conference implications in a second, but Eagleton, they're still in the hunt too. They've still got the opportunity to win this conference too.
I really feel, now between us, Happy Valley, Eagleton, and Hampton, anybody can win it with one loss. You got West Greene looming back there. It's going to be hard. I don't believe Happy Valley would lose 2 more. So it's hard, with 2 losses, it's going to be tough for people like West Greene. But they still could, so it's still wide open. If we was to lose some here, and then of course Hampton's got a few left. So Happy Valley is really the only team sitting pretty. Eagleton's got us left and Hampton left. They've already played Happy Valley, so Happy Valley is really the ones that maybe can breathe a little bit. But the rest of us, we got to keep going and fight the rest of the year.
It truly is still anybody's conference, and we'll talk about the game against Eagleton more in just a minute. Though we need to get a word from our sponsors in first. So we'll be right back after this break here on Grassroots Media.
For more than 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has served customers in East Tennessee with licensed and professional plumbing services. From installing your new faucet to replacing your existing piping system, our team at Tommy's Plumbing is trained to handle the job with professionalism, attention to detail, and integrity. By offering warranties on most products installed by our technicians, Tommy's Plumbing stands behind our work, ensuring that your plumbing needs are not only met, but that your problem is solved for the long term. When you need reliable and professional plumbing service, Tommy's is the only call to make. So give us a call today and let us show you the Tommy's difference. At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greenville, Tennessee.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Shawn Jones Show, where we cover everything on Rebel Hill with the South Greene Rebel football team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Shawn Jones. So we've talked about it a little bit already. You've got Eagleton coming in. It'll be the first time they ever come down here to Rebel Hill. It's a big matchup. We've already kind of talked about how big it is. Huge conference implications still looming over your head in this game, but at the end of the day, like you said, you're in playoff mode. You need to go 1-0 each week. You need to get a win in order to win that conference. How are you going to get it done on Friday night?
Well, we just got to play again. Got to play real good defense. They, probably the best offense we've seen all year. They've got a real good quarterback, got receivers, and they've been together for 4 years now, and only played. This is the second year they've played varsity level, and so they're seniors, so they should be ready to go. And like I say, we got out of there last year with a had a 2-point conversion stop to win the game last year. So it's a huge game. They're sitting, I think, at 3-3 or 4-3, and that's misleading. They could have easily won all 3 of those games that they lost. Maybe should have. So we sure ain't taking them lightly. It's going to be a tough game. The good thing is we got them up here on Rebel Hill. Only the second time we've been here this year. It's homecoming. It just happened to work out that way. So we'll be excited, ready to go. Just we got to get out all the noise of homecoming and stuff. Just go play football. We feel like if we go play football, we'll be fine. But we got to know where certain guys are. They've moved a new kid to running back. He's played receivers. He's had over 150 yards the last 2 weeks. So we got to know where he's at. They've got some good linemen, and so it's just going to be a tough, hard-nosed game again this week against Eagleton.
That's what I was going to lead into next, was that offense they had, because I've watched one game from them this year, and it was against South Greene, and they put up 62 points. And when you put up 62 points, it means you've got a hot offense, not only that night, but just in general. And their running back was the one that surprised me the most. Usually Nathan Clemmer, their quarterback, is the one that I would keep my eyes on most, but that running back, I think, surprised a lot of people, and he's really blossomed into being a real star on that field too. So how do you plan on containing that tough offense out there?
Well, we just got to play good, sound technique football, and that's what we've done all year. And so we feel like if we do that, you got 11 guys out there, all 11 guys do their job, and just their job only, we'll be fine. And that's what it takes. And that's one thing, I think a lot of people's overlooking this year is our defense. It's been spot on, and we just got to keep that up. I always say, offense gets you names in the paper and get you pictures of paper. Defense wins championships, and so we got to continue to play good defense. And again, we're pretty healthy right now. We got to continue that because here late in the season you get 1 or 2 hurts, you got to start moving people around. So. But we feel pretty good going into the game as far as health-wise. But just got to play our brand of football. Got to play good, hard-nosed defense, and then offense move the ball when we get the opportunity and score.
Talking about their defense a little bit, how do you expect their defense to kind of slow you down on offense a little bit?
Well, we've looked at all the film, and they stopped the run really well. So,
okay.
We got to try to establish that. We know Happy Valley had, so we've challenged their linemen this week. We're going to put it on you all. Not a whole lot of people's ran the ball on Eagleton this year. Let's see what you can do. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at and we're going into this week. But we got to, when we get the opportunities, we got to score. We can't have turnovers. We can't get stopped inside the red zone. And we just got to put points on the board. And if we do that and it may become a shootout, I feel like, our defense, can make the stops, towards the end of the game. A lot of people maybe talk that their defense ain't great, but it is. And they got a good defense. They fly around the ball. Number 44 hurt us last year. Number 19 on the defensive line. So we got to know where those guys are at and got a good linebacker, number 33. We got to know what we're up against, and I think we do. And we just got to take the challenge and go week by week and win this game.
Finally, coming back to Rebel Hill too, looking to get a win on homecoming night. To get it done, you've got 3 keys to the game that you need to carry out. What are they? Well,
you got to play good, sound defense, get the stops when we need to, win the turnover battle, and like I say, when we got the football, we got to put it in zone. We can kick a field goal. We feel we're good with the kicker, but we got to score the touchdowns, and if we do that, we'll be successful Friday night.
All right, Coach, I believe that's all I've got for you.
Thank you very much.
The conference implications that they have, too, that I want to mention real quick. If Eagleton were to win this week, I think that puts everybody in a 4-way tie for first place with 1 loss. So it is truly anybody's conference. But the good news for you all, as you mentioned, you kind of control your own destiny.
That's it.
If you win out, you've got it.
Yeah, beat Happy Valley. We're still haven't been defeated in the conference, and that's the whole thing we tell them. If we win out, nobody can touch us. So that's what we got to do.
And I think most people expected Happy Valley to win that game last week, and I think a lot of people now expect it to either be you, Eagleton, or Hampton now, and you've still got Eagleton and Hampton left to go with that big milk can matchup with West Greene sandwiched in between. So carry out wins each week. You'll be the ones at the end of the year that say you get to wear the crown.
That's what we hope to do. That's our goal. One of our goals every year, and that's another goal this year.
Absolutely. Looking forward to a fun matchup this Friday night. If you can make it out for homecoming night, make it out to Rebel Hill. But that's all we've got this week. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Gary's Paint Body Shop Shawn Jones Show. We look forward to seeing you all next time here on Grassroots Media.